Right, so once you download your ISO and go ahead and get it installed, you're going to open up Server Manager so we can go ahead and get our Active Directory set up. This will be our domain controller. Now, this is Server 2019. I'm also going to do an updated video with Server 2025, and we'll have the client machines running in Windows 11 Enterprise. Okay, so let's go ahead and rename this PC. This is the default name for it right now. It's going to be something random like this. So since it's domain controller, I'm going to name it R2D2. That's for my Star Wars fans. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Star Wars theme or a Matrix theme, but we'll see. Yeah, let's go ahead and restart. So I'm going to, once it finishes, so once this restarts, I'm going to go ahead and do add roles and features. All right, so let's go ahead and configure our domain. So we'll go ahead and get the domain controller installed. I was going to open up Server Manager here. So what we do here, from here, we'll go to Manage, add roles and features. Next, role-based and feature-based. Next, so we want to do Active Directory domain services. We'll add that feature. All right, we'll go next, then we'll install this. So while this installs, we'll be back in the next one, you guys. All right, so once this is done, we can hit close, and then we'll see this little flag right here. Now we need to promote this to a domain controller. So I'm going to call this matrix.local. Okay, let's make it capital, just so it stands out for me. Matrix. All right, we'll go ahead and put in our password. It can be the same thing as your other password. All right. So we're gonna hit next. Next with that, it should pull up our the matrix domain. All right, so our domain's up there. All right, so database folder is what's gonna have the password hashes and everything like we talked about. So we hit next here. Just load for a second, and then we'll hit install. And then once this installs, it's gonna restart, and then we should see the domain alongside our name. Okay. Yep. So I'll see you in the next one. Get this chance to load and restart. All right, so we're back. We just have it restarted. And as you can see, the domain is here, the matrix, and user is administrator. Now, like we talked about earlier, Active Directory, it stores user accounts, file shares, printers, etc. And those things are going to be called objects. So we're going to add some users, so some objects to our domain. Okay, and this is R2D2. That's the computer name. It's the domain controller. It houses all of this, right? And it's going to have the ntds.dit file, which is going to have all the password hashes. That's why a lot of attackers like to go for the domain controller, right? And we'll be able to assign these users to different groups. Okay, so let's go ahead and log in. All right. So we'll go to tools, Active Directory users and computers. Okay. So we see our domain. We see computers. Domain controller, that's our computer, right? That's R2D2. Now, our display name, R2D2, that's the attribute object, right? And our users and computers will be considered our class objects. This is all part of the schema, which is the rule books in the domain, okay? So look at all these users here, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a group. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going ahead and create a new organizational unit. We'll call it groups. And what I like to do is I like to take all of these out and put it in there, okay? So we should, I wanna just leave just that. So when we see this, that means the account is disabled. When we click on this, we can see information in regards to that user. We can see domain is part of, we can see these properties here. We can unlock an account. So you guys that work IT or help desk, this is usually where you can go in, unlock an account, do password resets and things of that nature. Okay, you can see what groups they're members of, so administrator, domain admins, domain users, etc. So we're gonna create some more users that's able to log into the domain. Okay, so we can right click, we can do new user. I'm just going to do Neo. I'm going to do Neo. Next, do a simple password. All right. All right, so let me go ahead and change this password, make it a little bit more complex. All right. All right. So now Neo. All right. So that's a domain user. So he won't have all the privileges as a domain admin. Okay. So he won't be able to have admin privileges per se. So let's do this. We can right click here, and we can copy. Right. That way we can copy the permissions and we create another user. Let's do Cipher. Okay. We'll make Cipher the domain admin. Cipher. All right. All right. So now we gotta let's see what members. See, he's so he's a member of that group. So right now we have the administrator, domain user, and the domain admin. Okay. All right. So now these are our users right here. Okay. And we just create an organizational unit. So that's a container that holds this information. So we put the ones we really aren't too worried about in the groups container. Okay. And we can apply policies here. All right. So just a brief overview. See you in the next one.